Welcome everyone. Unit 3 IAL 2021 summer paper, June paper. So this is the third paper we are going to discuss in this process. This paper also same information, same structure. It's a 2-hour paper, right? Then there are 3 sections, A, B, and C. As usual, my instruction is B and C 20 markers, spend at least half an hour on each section. So you can spend 1 hour on section B and C, and remaining hour on section A, which carries 40 marks, right? And then in the section A, there are 2 12-mark questions are there. So you have to spend at 1 hour. So time management is really important in the advanced level unit 2 papers, unit 3 and unit 4 papers. This paper is out of 80. So you have a 2 hours, which is 120 minutes. So we have to read the case study first, and then you have to answer, right? So let's go to section A. The case study is about the Dunelem, a company. They're asking different questions, 4 markers, and then calculations, 8 markers, 12 markers, everything. Okay, let's go to the case study and see what is the case study for the first question. Right. Dunelem, home of homes. We are the UK's #1 retailer of products for home. We offer our customers great products to improve every room in their home. We have a number of distribution methods, including 170 superstores, the 2 high street stores, and our website dunelem.com. We focus on style, quality, and value, and are always working hard to help our customers to create a home they love. Over 30,000 products in store, over 55,000 products available online, and over 4.5 million customers visit our stores and websites each week. And made to measure curtains and blind service, including home fitting, and our own home delivery fleet of vans, and reserve and collect service in store. You can see all the informations are available here. You can see this is the home of home, like normally it's a home item selling business. It's a large business. They're including 170 superstores, and you can see they have their own websites of dunelem.com, and they have over 30,000 products physically available and 55,000 products online available, and over 4.5 million customers, that is 45 lakhs customers visit their stores each week. So it's a big business, and large amount of operations are going on. And also you can see the extract B. You have given some data, the charts, the home product markets in the UK, the market size in the billion pounds from 2017 to 2021. You can see it's growing up, slightly growing up from 13.2 to 14.1. You can see within 5 years, the market size went increased by 1 billion pounds, 1 billion pound to almost 13.2 billion to 14.1 billion. Well, so these are forecasted figures. So we can identify that there's a growing market. This is the positive growing market, but not that much fast, slight growing market, right? Extract C, you can see there's some data we can find from the calculations like revenue, operating profit, non-current liability, and total equity. These are the extract from like to calculate the kind of operating profit margin you can calculate, and there are non-current liability, total equity, right? You can find out the return on capital employed if you want. There are certain things. We'll see what are the calculation questions. Extract D, about their human resource policy. You can see the Dunelem family. We want Dunelem to be a great place to work, and we treat all our employees as family. This means that the hard work of our 9,000 employees make Dunelem a wonderful place for customers to shop. To maintain this, we rewarded all our employees in different ways. So this is the method they are actually maintaining the relationship they're maintaining with the workers. Their pay rates above the national union UK wage. So above the national union wages, like as a good motivation, because a hygiene factor for the workers to give them good salary. And also regular, you can see the employee and management meeting. So because communication is really important, so there's a regular employee and management meetings are going on, and also weekly topical email, and there are our quarterly gazettes like information giving is there. Empowering female leader program, there's another one. So in order to reduce the gender discrimination and something, and access to mentor trainings, and also flexible working systems, very important for non-financial motivation. And employee can buy Dunelem shares at a discount. Right. Okay. So this is a very important human resource policy they have in the business organization. Extract E, you can see the culture of the organization. We have a company culture. We identify, we see this is a strong culture or weak culture. Culture and the board of directors. Our culture comes from our founders, the Adderley family, who are still the majority stakeholders, shareholders. This makes big difference to our culture, which is open and honest, reflecting the values of our founders. We are committed to our suppliers and making Dunelem a great place to work for our employees. We have rapidly grown in the UK, but have ensured our culture has been retained as the business has become more complex. We maintain our corporate culture and principles by our leadership team and members of the board of directors acting as role models. All employees are given a training in terms of how they treat employees and customers and our suppliers. Our corporate culture is monitored formally by the board of directors twice a year on a culture scorecard. It's kind of like a auditing system, and the board reviews a number of culture indicators such as employee and customer satisfaction scores and accident statistics. So it seems to have, they have strong culture, very important culture, the connections and the ethics, everything they maintain in this cultural scorecard. They wanted to maintain everywhere. Since they operate in more than 170 superstores, they want to maintain the same culture in all that locations, right? This business have actually committed to preserve their culture. So you can see there are so many features are there in order to make their strong culture a strong culture. Okay, that is all about the section A. So let's go to the question from the section A. We can do for the questions. Section A, you can see there are 40 marks to achieve. Using extract B, explain how a change in the size of the home product market might affect Dunelem. This question asks the explain question. In explain question, you have to write 2 application points. You can write that bar chart. You can see, remember, it's gone up by 13.2 to 14.1 billion. So it's almost 0.9 million gone up. You can see that difference. You have to show the numbers and you have to mention it and explain what happened. What happens, the positivity of the home market growing, and not explain that fact. Let's go to the market scheme of this paper. So we are doing summer 2021 unit 3 paper, business decision and strategy. Question number 1A, as you can see the question number 1A, knowledge part. Dunelem is likely to increase its revenue. Simple and very short answer. Dunelem is likely to increase its revenue. So what are 2 application points? The home product market is set to increase 14.1 billion by 2021. That is based on the projections, forecast. And Dunelem is the number 1 retail in the home product market. So the market is growing and the Dunelem is number 1 retail in the home product market. And look at the analysis point. Market size is set to grow and Dunelem should benefit from that growth. Right? They will benefit from that growth because they are the market leader, number 1 in the market. Right? That's how you explain something. Market will be growing. Okay, according to that, they're set to increase 14.1 billion in 2021, and Dunelem is the number 1 retail in the market. So those stuff you have to mention at least 2 application points. We need, dear students, in order to get the 4 out of 4 here. Right. So we're going to discuss the next 4 marker question. It's a calculation question. You can see part B, ROCE calculation. Using extract C, calculate the 2 decimal places the return on capital employed, what we call ROCE for Dunelem. You are advised to show your working. Right? Return on capital employed formula, you know, it's operating profit over capital employed into 100. When you take the capital employed, you have to take the share capital, right? Equity and debt both. Operating profit divided by capital employed into 100. The formula sheet is not given. You have to memorize the formula before you go to exam. There are ratios you have to analyze from AS level onwards. Not only AS, from the all level onwards, we discuss this ratio part. Therefore, when it comes to this level in year 13, A2 level, you must be able to memorize all the formulas, right? Because that's when if you're an accounting student, obviously you have to on that formula sheet, right? So ROC formula is a simple formula, operating profit over capital employed. In this case, capital employed means you have to add the non-current liabilities and total equity, both this equity and debt capital both, that's right, and into 100. In this case, application, you can see operating profit is 126.9 right, million, and divide by non-current liability and equity, total comes 267.3 million. And then if you multiply by the 100, the answer coming 47.47. 47.47. Give your answer to 2 decimal points with the percentage sign, then you can get the full marks. Right? If you miss the percentage sign, my dear student, you are losing 1 mark here. Therefore, in examination, don't miss this percentage sign. This is a lot of students actually mistakenly they forget this with the percentage sign. So don't do that mistake in your upcoming exams, right? So this is the second calculation question, right? Now we are moving into 8 mark question. The third question, question on 1 part C, the 8 mark question. You know, when you're writing a 8 mark question, you have to define in this case, right? Positive, negative, like you have to write at least strands. Discuss the benefits of Dunelem of having more than one distribution method. If you can describe this, the point and two development point, like a BLT model, if you can use like AS and A2. Here also you can use the develop 1 point and then explain. At least you must write 2 positives and 2 negative in this case, because discuss means you have to write for and against both. Discuss the benefit for Dunelem of having more than one distribution method. This is the major advantage asking the benefits of having more than one distribution. The distribution means, reach into the customer, end user, the product or service, you are going to sell it to the end user. That's called the distribution, the connection of the manufacturer and this one. So as a result of having more than one distribution method, what are the positivities? Right? You can cover a large geographical area, right? 170 superstores mean 170 like areas, large area, right? And also online distribution. So they can serve more customers. As a result of that, their income will increase, revenue will increase, profit will increase, and everything. But you have to say, however, points also, because the disadvantage of having more than one distribution point, sometimes because of having diseconomies of scale can become, right? Operation cost will increase, such as you have to write this kind of thing with the application, right? With the application, you have to write. Never forget the application, the context in your answer. So look at this answer. A distribution method, definition part, you can see a distribution method is how a business gets its product to the end user. Distribution is method of how product gets its product to the end user. Business get its product to end user. An application point, you can see Dunelem has 3 ways of distribution, like 170 superstores, 2 high street stores, and websites, dunelem.com, right? High street stores, 170 superstores, and dunelem.com. Dunelem offers another second application point. They offer 30,000 products in store and has an extended product range on its website. Right? So they have offered 30,000, over 30,000 products in store, has extended product range. And it also has its own delivery fleet and reserve and collect in its store, which will enable customers who purchase goods on its website to either have them delivered or collect in store. Right? It also has its own delivery fleet of vehicles, right, to reserve and collect in store, which enable customers to purchase goods on its website. All of this enable Dunelem to offer more choice and convenience. So as a result of these various distribution centers, but the main advantage, Dunelem will be able to offer more choice for the customers, more convenience to the end user, depending on how they like to purchase their home products. And also by offering different ways to shop. Dunelem may be able to increase its sales of home products and maximize its revenue. So the points I already explained in the beginning, right? You can give more convenience to customers, more choice to customers, and also you can, home product will maximize their revenue. Look at the however points also here. One first disadvantage, offering multiple ways of purchase, offering multiple delivery systems with home product. So this is application, just sends home product, right? If you want, you can say curtains, right? Whatever. Home product. This is application. Will require Dunelem to maintain both its superstores and online offerings, right? So this may require further investment. and to run its own fleet of delivery vehicles, maintaining its website, all adding to its overall running cost. And Dunelem may have to spend more on buying inventory and warehousing of its inventory by having more than one way to purchase home products, right? So Dunelem may have to spend more on buying inventory and warehousing, right, of this inventory by having more than one way to purchase home product. So that's another thing. They have to spend more money to buy inventory. That's another thing. So like that. And if you write some kind of a, we don't need the conclusion for 8 markers, but actually you can write. However, that's why they're having a multiple distribution will be it's a better advantage for the Dunelem because there are advantages. In this case, mainly they are focusing on the required maintain superstores, online stores. So it's multiple maintaining multiples will be required to maintain both in physical and online, and they need more stocks and inventory like that. So 2 positives and 2 negatives are there. So that's how we have to maintain this. This is a good question from the international distribution points, right? So you can see the next question, 8 marker. The next 4th question, part D. Another 8 marker is, you can see the 12 marker now. 2 12 markers come in, last 2 12 marker. Assess is a command word. Assess the likely benefits for Dunelem from offering financial and non-financial rewards to its employees. If you go to the their case study again, they offer this one financial and non-financial rewards. You can see they talk about the, you can see section A. Dunelem family, right? They talk about this Dunelem family. So the financial and non-financial reward, you can see pay rate above the UK minimum wage is a financial reward. Regular employee management meetings, non-financial. Quarterly gazette, non-financial. Empowering females, leaders, non-financial. Access to mentor, non-financial. Flexible working, non-financial. Employees can buy Dunelem shares at discount, bit of financial like that. You can see they are giving financial, non-financial both method. They're asking if assess this. What are the cost and drawbacks, cost and benefit of giving this both? So 12 mark when you're writing, you have to write the definition, 2 positives, 2 negative, and the conclusion, right? So here they define about the human resource strategy, and they talk about the financial and non-financial benefits to motivate. So it's based on the lesson of human resource strategy. You can see the answer. Human resource strategy include the financial and non-financial techniques, right? That's a general introduction, right? If you don't know there's any definition, you can just introduce your answer. You can see human resource strategies include both financial and non-financial techniques. Dunelem offer financial rewards such as paying above the UK NMW. NMW is what? National minimum wage, right? So then that's a application example number 1. And Dunelem offer employees the chance to purchase shares at a discount in the business. That's another financial. As a result, what happened? The employees working hard as they own part of the business. Financial rewards can provide an incentive for employees to stay at Dunelem and can help to increase the productivity levels in the superstores. Dunelem not only provides financial rewards, but offers a range of non-financial rewards, right? So give example of financial and give explanation of the financial. Financial rewards can provide an incentive for employees to stay at Dunelem, can help to increase the productivity levels of superstores. You can mention that. And also we can talk about introduce the non-financial things. They can only not only financial, they can provide financial rewards as well. The range of non-financial rewards such as the empowering female leader programs, regular meeting, right? And also where employees can consult with management and are informed of events in Dunelem. Not everyone is motivated by money, right? That's another thing. So because non-financial, what is the advantage? Because they have to implement it. Because organization, not everyone motivated by money. So my dear student, when you are listening to this video, you can mainly make sure you write this point down. Then you are in an examination also, you can actually memorize this point, right? How the explanation and everything. This discussion will be definitely kind of a helping you, because in case writing some answer, you'll be know what is the structure of writing some answer, what are the points and how to develop that points, right? So main points you can see when you do financial, financial, what's the advantage? Provide the employee to stay at Dunelem increase the productivity levels, everything. And why non-financial is important? Because not everyone motivated by money. So by offering a range of human resource strategies, Dunelem might be able to appeal to all of the employees in terms of innovation. And by offering such a wide range of HR strategies, Dunelem may see an overall decline in labor turnover and related improvement in the productivity and good customer service. Right? So by offering such a wide range of human resource strategy, overall what happened? They wanted to increase the decline their labor turnover. They wanted to reduce the people leaving from the organization and related improvement in productivity and good customer service. Look at the disadvantages. However, offering such a wide range of incentives may add to Dunelem's labor cost, which could put Dunelem at a competitive disadvantage with other businesses selling home products. And they say management time will be needed to ensure all of these strategies are implemented effectively for all 9,000 employees. These are the limitations of this strategy, giving financial, non-financial, right? Offering such a big investment, big incentives, what happen? In labor costs would be put Dunelem at a competitive disadvantage with other business selling home products. And also, this management time will be needed to ensure that all of these strategies are implemented effectively. Right, so need management times also, it takes time. So yeah, for 9,000 employees you have to maintain. And effectiveness of offering such wide range of HR strategies will depending on. That's kind of a conclusion. Always in conclusion you can use this kind of however it depends on. Right, always you can say not only HR strategies, other strategies also important. Always stress that thing. Don't overlook on one point. You can say other points also important, like leadership also important, economic conditions are important, right? Government support is important, right? Like that. If employees can, you can see the effectiveness of offering such wide range of HR strategies depending upon how Dunelem compares to other retail businesses in the same industry or similar industries. And if employees can earn higher wages or have better working conditions in a new rival business, then Dunelem may still have to spend time recruiting new employees. Something they have to recruit new employees, because if the employees earn higher wages in better situations, better companies, right, then you have to spend more time of recruiting new employees. So that's how you have to answer. You can see it's a level-based marking. When you're marking your papers, yeah, writing some levels, level 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So if you write for the all, like a knowledge, application, analysis, evaluation, all level 4, we can give 9 to 12 marks. 9 to 12 marks. So try to go to 12 out of 12, right? That's my wish for you, right? All right, let's go to the last question of the question number 1. This is the question that we just discussed. Assess the benefit of having financial and non-financial rewards. Part E, assess the extent to which Dunelem's corporate culture contributes to its success. Dunelem corporate culture contributes to its success. So it's a culture-based question. Right? There's a case study. Evidently, they're saying that they have a cultural audits are there. They are doing cultural scorecard. They're maintaining. They have a strong culture. They wanted to have that the family culture. They want to implement everywhere like that. So they mentioned that they have very strong and established culture. They want to make sure they want to make all the 170 superstores, large mega stores, everything. They want to maintain their same culture. So asking what is how this Dunelem's corporate culture contributes to their success. So this case you have to define what is corporate culture means, and you have to give you examples of what is the advantages of very strong culture and drawbacks of strong culture. You can see the answer here, right? Write the definition of the corporate culture. So corporate culture is the set of important assumptions that the shared by the people working in a particular business, and that influence the ways in which decisions are taken. Right? You don't need to write the same definition like this, but you can write some your own definition. Like corporate culture is set of important assumptions, so shared base values, something by the people who work in a particular business. So in this case, look at the application. Extract E clearly shows that the Dunelem has an open and straightforward culture with strong ethics based on the values and the founding Adderley family. Dunelem monitor its culture twice a year. It's called culture scorecard, and all employees at Dunelem, including the board, are expected to follow its corporate culture. By having a strong and open culture, employees are likely to be more positive and feel that Dunelem cares about its stakeholders. It cares about their stakeholders. There could be an increase in employee engagement, motivation at Dunelem if employees see that the culture comes from top down and it's valued by the business. That's right. So if it's having a strong culture, open culture, more positive, everything's very good. And as a result of that, what happened? Employee engagement will increase, motivation. So Dunelem employees see that the culture comes from top of the top down and is valued by the business. And this could result in a lower labor turnover and higher productivity. So if you have a strong culture, what happens? This could result in lower labor turnover and higher productivity. However, as the size of Dunelem grows, as the size of the business grows, it might be more difficult to keep the original corporate culture. That is kind of a general comment, because you can see always with this company become bigger and bigger, sometimes it's very difficult to maintain the same corporate culture because original corporate culture in all of its 172 stores. Corporate culture alone, second evaluation. Corporate culture alone does not guarantee the financial success of Dunelem. That's right. That's kind of an evaluation. You can see there are many other factors. Don't look at only just a culture. Culture is only one point in this grid, in that matrix, right? Not only culture, they have other things like leadership is important, country's economy is important, the GDP is important, the human income important, education level is important. There are so many other things. Therefore, right, culture is just only one factor. It does not guarantee that culture alone gives the financial success. So that's very, very important point, guys. So make sure in your answers you can mention like this. That point, single point alone does not guarantee the success. This is very important evaluation point, right? And there are many other factors which contribute to success. The wide economic environment may have more of an impact on the success of Dunelem rather than corporate culture. In order to be successful, Dunelem must ensure it continues to offer the products and prices that customers want, as well as maintain its original corporate culture. In order to be successful, so Dunelem must ensure it continues to offer the product and prices, right, that customers want, as well as maintain its original corporate culture. That's very important. All right. So that is how the 12 mark ends, right? Everything. So 12 mark conclusion here. Corporate culture alone does not guarantee success. And in order to be successful, they should ensure that they are continuing to offer the product and prices very high quality, original corporate culture, right? So that's the end of section A. So now we have another two more questions, big questions, section B and section C, 220 marker questions. So before we go to the 20 markers, guys, this end of question number A, section A, 40 marks, right? Exactly, it will take less than 1 hour to discuss, right? Section B, read the question. You can see evaluate question 20 marker. Evaluate how cash flow forecasting could have improved the financial position of the business, such as Jamie's Italy. Okay, we'll read the case study now. We'll talk about the cash flow forecasting. The discussion in your writing, I'll tell you the answer in structured plan for the answer, right? Define cash flow forecasting, right? At least 4 benefits of cash flow forecasting. You can find the shortages, can find the surpluses, can find the cash, like inflows and outflows in a particular month. And from cash flow forecast, you can find out the civil support for the funding for application for the different investors and bankers, right? For advantages you can write, as well as you can write the disadvantage for this organization. Cash flow forecast is subject to changes. It does not care about the external factors, does not care about the competition, does not care about the economic factors, inflation, exchange rate can change. Like always, there are limitations. Please write at least possible as you can, at least minimum 4, right? Because 4, right? You can write with the disadvantage of a cash flow forecasting. Human errors can be happen, right? From the people who prepare this cash flow forecasting. And overall, you can see cash flow forecast is only just one element. It does not guarantee the success. There are other things. Not only cash flow forecast, management is important. Workforce is important. Promotion and marketing is important, right? Good product is important. Competitive advantage, technology. So many other factors are there. So write that as a conclusion, right? Use your power, use your these points in your answering, right? So let's go to the case study, and after that we'll find out the answer, right? So let's go to the case study. It's a case study in the page number 20. You can see page, this is the section B. Jamie Italian. Cash flow crisis on the Jamie Italian restaurant chain. Jamie Oliver, a celebrity TV chef like Gordon Ramsay, same kind of a person. Jamie Italian, right? It's a Oliver. Jamie Oliver, the celebrity TV chef, revealed that his restaurant chain, Jamie Italian, was hours from bankruptcy in 2017. He rescued by injecting nearly 13 million pounds of its own money and taking out a 37 million pound bank loan from HSBC. In May 2019, Jamie had to close 22% of the chain's 25 restaurants, making 1,000 staff redundant. What is redundant, guys? Redundant means they have to make them, right, fire, like kind of make them, right, go home, right, dismiss. Attempt to save the restaurant chain, right? So redundant happened not because of the employee's fault. It's employer say we don't have anything to do, no jobs to do, right? Go home like that. Why they have to do to attempt to save the restaurant chain? The business still debts 83 million pounds. Jamie Oliver said in an interview with the Financial Times, "We had simply run out of cash and we hadn't expected it." That is just not normal in any business. You have quarterly meetings, you have board meetings. People who are supposed to manage that stuff should manage that stuff. Unquote. Who says? Jamie Oliver said in Financial Times. Third para, Jamie Oliver said he was still unclear why it ran into difficulty. Quoted, "I honestly don't know what happened," he said, unquote. Quoted, "We are still trying to work it out, but I think that the senior management we had in place were trying to manage what they would call to perfect storm, high rent, increasing food cost, Brexit, a rise in the minimum wage, and high street in decline. There was a lot going on," unquoted. So this is a situation of some kind of economic crisis situation, everything, Brexit and all that. They point down the facts that why they are losing the business. Right, next para, Jamie Italian has not been the only mid-market restaurant chain in trouble. More than 1,400 UK restaurants have collapsed between 2018 and 19. And more recently, like a Pizza Express has announced it is negotiations to help to deal with another 1.12 billion pound debt. A decade is 10 years ago, there were far fewer restaurant chains to compete with, and there were no home delivery apps 10 years ago. That's true. Perhaps this market is simply too crowded. Sometimes, yeah, saturation also can be possible. So that's all you can see from the case study. That's all. So this is other one is section C. We'll read the section C later. So they're asking the imports of cash flow forecast. Assess the imports of cash flow forecast into Jamie Italian. Okay, let's go to the case study and answering part. You can see, as I told you, definition is important, guys. When you're writing something, write down the definition there. Cash flow forecast is a month by month prediction, right? What is that? A cash flow forecast is a month by month prediction of timing of the expected cash flows, inflows, outflows, and balance of the business. A positive cash flow is essential for the survival for a business to ensure that suppliers, employees, and the government can be paid on time. Extract F states that the Jamie Italian had run out of cash despite having a regular board meeting. It's important. Positive cash is important to every stakeholder to pay it on time. And the management of Jamie Italian had paid more attention to the inflow and outflow of cash. You can see in this case, the management paid some attention, but it never worked out. And then it might have been able to have the spotted potential cash shortages came, and then taken appropriate steps to fund these shortfalls. Right? So some, even not all these companies, and sometimes countries also face situations, similar situations like that. The better use of cash flow forecast by the management at Jamie Italian might have been able to predict the changes in the economic climate in terms of what if scenario. They must be able to do it. Better cash flow forecasting part, right? The better cash flow forecasting may have helped the management to see the impact of Gemi Italian of rising wages, increasing food costs, and the higher rent. Organizations are very important, higher rent and everything, right? So better use of cash flow forecasting may have helped the management to see, right? When you're writing these answers, please point down this factor, the betterment of the cash flow forecast and the other drawbacks. Okay. And also you can see the evaluation. Plans could have been made to deal with these external events, right? Yeah, possibly you must have some backup plans to make the external event. Better use of cash flow management could have avoided Jamie Oliver having to invest further 13 million pounds and borrow 37 million from HSBC. And starting the negative sides of this cash flow forecast, look at the point down, the point starting with the however, very important, the other side of the answer. No cash flow forecast is ever 100% accurate and despite careful financial projections. We always say that, right? No cash flow forecast is ever 100% accurate. Second point, restaurant sales may not be the high as predicted due to a number of factors which are beyond the control of the business. Cash flow forecast can be affected by external factors, pestal, political, economical, social, technical, legal, environmental, everything is there, right? And which may have a negative impact on the business, such as Gemi Italian, right? External factors are not caring about the cash flow forecast, and definitely external factors will be definitely negatively affecting this thing. Extract F states that there were a perfect storm which resulted in the cash flow problems of Gemi Italian rather than poor cash flow forecasting by the management, right? Although the good is a kind of a conclusion, although good use of cash flow forecast is an essential, integral part of any successful business, it must be used in conjunction with other management tools such as quantitative sales forecasting, contingency planning, pestle analysis. So, right. So cash flow forecast is just one part. It's an integral part of planning process, right? You should must use it the conjunction with others. That's very important. It's another form that mentioning about the cash flow forecast is really important to not only cash flow forecast, other models also really important to management of these things, right? Basically cash flow forecasting, contingency planning, pestle analysis, everything is really important. That's why you don't need to depending on the success of the business is not depending on just only cash flow forecast. Do not overlook on one aspect, go to the other aspect as well. That's how we have to end your answer. Must have a perfect ending, otherwise the answer is not full complete. Okay, here we go, the section C, the last question of the paper. So I hope you understand these facts. We are going to discuss quickly the section C. Right, before we go to section C, so Unilever, right? Before we go to Unilever case study, let's read the question first, because then only we can get some good idea. We can read the question first and then come to the case study second. Right, here we go, the question, section C. Using Ansoff Matrix, here we go. Right, very important section. Ansoff Matrix, evaluate whether the takeover of the Graze is a good corporate strategy for Unilever. You know, Ansoff Matrix, we talk about so many things. Ansoff Matrix, Porter's diamond, right? Porter's 5 forces, right? So many things. Ansoff, right? Market strategy, right? New market, existing product, new market, diversification strategy, existing market, existing product, penetration strategy, new product, existing market, product development. New market, existing product, market development. You can see this kind of a matrix, a 2x2 matrix is talk about the market and the product, how different combinations can set in order to establish and in order to, especially mergers and acquisition case studies like this. M&A question, you can always add this kind of a Ansoff matrix, right? Always keep in mind, right? Talk about this is under corporate theories part to remember. Corporate theories we learn Ansoff Matrix, Porter's diamond, remember cost focus, differentiated focus, and differentiated and the cost leadership and the focus strategies. And also talk about the portfolio matrix, the Boston matrix, we talk about the cash cow, star, problem child, and the question marks, everything. We talk about this is the portfolio analysis as well. So, okay, let's go to the case study quickly. How the Unilever and acquisition of the Graze will takeover. They're asking question back. How using Ansoff Matrix evaluate whether this takeover strategy is a good corporate strategy for Unilever. Okay, it's a really important question at this level, right? Okay, so Ansoff is not. This is not the first time they checked in the exams, right? I told you that mainly this kind of a strategy have tested so many times in the Unit 3 papers before, right? So they're doing 2021 summer paper of the business, right? Let's go to the case study. Now we need to read the case study. Unilever makes Graze its fourth takeover for 3 months. Healthy snack brand Graze has been acquired by Unilever in a 150 million euro takeover, 150 million pound. Founded in 2008, Graze provides the range of nuts, seeds, snacks bars which contain no artificial ingredient. Having started with the snacks box delivery services, the brand now has product available through retail stores, e-commerce, and direct-to-customer channels. The takeover will help Unilever move further into the direct-to-consumer subscription market. The follows on from the takeover of the razor brand Dollar Shave Club in 2016. Unilever is a global company selling fast-moving consumer goods, has 400 brands in 190 countries. So when you please underline these sentences when you're reading, because you can't memorize all these points always. That's why we are using underliner, highlighter. Yes, you can use. The source booklet is yours. You can use it. Underline it, highlight it, right? Because these points you have to use it. Don't copy paste the large chunk of case study material in the answer. Some examiners have already commented in examiner reports about it. Students, what they do in exam, the biggest mistake they are doing in exam is taking the large chunk of case study materials and copy paste. If they run out of the points, don't do that mistake. Never ever do that mistake. So take the important points. That's why I'm telling you, highlight the important sections, right? So especially names, numbers, you can use that in the context. 190 countries. You can see the third paragraph. Nitin Praranji, the president of Unilever's food refreshment division, said, quoted, Graze increases our presence in the healthy food and direct into consumer markets. This is excellent strategic fit for Unilever and a wonderful addition to our portfolio. We look forward to working with the Graze team to grow the business and benefiting from this data technology and e-commerce expertise for our wider portfolio and offering more consumers the opportunity to snack in healthier way. Snack in healthier way, unquoted. So who say that? The Nitin, right? Nitin Paranji, the president of the Unilever Food and Refreshment Division. Right, Unilever comes from Lever Brothers in UK, and then it's a large multinational company operating in 190 countries, 400 brands, 190 countries, my dear students. Right, I think me and you definitely using their products, right? Of course. And since December 2018, Unilever has also taken over Horlicks India, right? Netherlands-based meat substitute brand, the Vegetarian Butcher, and the US-based cleaning products brand, Laundress. So there are doing so much of M&A, mergers and acquisitions. Not only one product line, different. Detergents, different. It's diversified conglomerate business. So it's a diversified acquisitions. Extract H, World Snack Food Retail, the total revenue from the snack food, you can see this given from 2010 to 2023 forecasted figures also included. The three products, right? Mainly, you can see nuts and seeds, potato chips, and tortilla chips, and the flips and pretzels, right? So this is there. By using this, you can see what can you understand. The snack market is growing market. It's growing market. To get the $1 million, it's 100,000 million. 2010 and 2020, it is 171,000 almost. It's going to double in 20 years. In 10 years, in 1 decade, they almost double. Right? This market increasing. Because why? Population increasing. Right? People's increasing means they need food. Food problems coming, food crisis coming in some countries. So Unilever doing a great job by giving this thing, right? So that's all about the case study. So now by using this, what you have to understand, Ansoff Matrix. Ansoff Matrix you have to evaluate, right? So Ansoff Matrix, product portfolio, they have given enough evidence here. There are mergers and acquisitions. You have to find out how these mergers and acquisitions are working on the Ansoff Matrix with the application. Okay, let's go to the marking scheme. The last marking scheme, they say the Ansoff Matrix helps to business to analyze the range of possible growth options. So definition part. Definition means always, right? If you don't know the concept, you can just say the introduction part. Even the points, advantage, disadvantage also we can find out as application. If you understand the question, that is knowledge section. So definitions comes under AO1, knowledge part. So always, if you don't know the definition, you can just introduce your answer with the points, positives and negative. That counts as a knowledge part because that we found out when you get to know, you have a thorough understanding of the question. So Ansoff Matrix helps business to analyze a range of possible growth options by considering their relative risk. Unilever is a large conglomerate business with 400 brands. Conglomerate, diversified, 400 brands in the range of different consumer markets and countries. Taking over Graze is an example of inorganic growth and can help Unilever diversify into the market for healthy snacks. Right? So, an example of what? Organic or inorganic? Inorganic growth, my dear friends, my dear students. Inorganic growth. There are two types of growth is there. Organically, from your own, you can invest and you can grow. Inorganically, by using M&A, mergers and acquisitions, you can grow. Help Unilever to diversify into the market for healthy snacks as well as acquire the business, which is also established into the direct consumer channel. This could help to complement its existing product offering in its food and refreshment division. Okay, it's helped to complement the existing product. Right, this acquisition in the healthy snack business. This also could be a tactical move by Unilever to respond to an increase in the healthier food product, the relatively low risky strategy given its resources and expertise on the food division. It's a tactical move, right? Extract H shows that there is an increase in the world foods, the snack food market, right? Will be worth 192,800 million by 2023, with nuts and seeds accounting for approximately 1/3 of overall. And the Graze, again, application is already an established business, therefore giving Unilever a foothold in the market, which could result in the higher profits overall, right? So I had to give advantage of giving this, advantages, positives and positives and positives and followed by positives. However, here we go, starting point of the negative side of the acquisitions. According to Ansoff, this is they're doing, what is they're practicing, my dear student? Diversification strategy. What is diversification? New products in new markets. Of course, yes, this is a new product, new market. Diversification, right? Can be more of a risk than market penetration of product development. Yes, of course. Unilever could have developed its own range of healthier snacks rather than spending 150 million acquiring Graze. You can, someone say like that. You could have spent that money, develop your own range of products, healthier snacks, rather than spending 150 million to acquiring another brand called Graze. Someone can argue like that. Why not? Second point, second disadvantage. Unilever has already acquired 3 other businesses in 3 months. Within 3 months, guys. Within 3 months, my dear students, right? They have money. So this may seem that the business overstretch, very important word, overstretch itself in terms of finances, right? Finding difficulties, right? Although Unilever does have products in its food division, there could be cultural clashes. Another point. Yes, of course, why not? Going with the diversified business, diversified countries, cultural clashes will be there definitely between the existing team at Graze and the way things are done at Unilever. Unilever culture and the business Graze culture will be totally different. And finally, diseconomies of scale may occur. Yeah, when you overstretch, like decision making, when you're highly expanding, what happens? There can be decision making problems. Unilever having to coordinate with Graze, and this may take to Graze less flexible to react to changes in the marketplace. And finally, conclusion, you can see, guys, overall, acquiring Graze maybe have been a good decision to Unilever's product portfolio. You have to write like this. Not only this, we have different, so many ways are there of writing a conclusion, right? You can say, right, acquiring this thing is not the only way to succeed. There are so many methods of success like that. You can say, right? It's a good decision or bad decision, right? For Unilever's product portfolio. So if exploits Graze technology and e-commerce expertise for the other products is portfolio. It's talking about the e-commerce advantage of taking over it, because Graze already have established e-commerce platform. They can use that e-commerce platform to expand their existing Unilever product as well. Look at nice answer, right? So that's the end of this paper discussion. You can see that this is the end of 2021 summer exam, Unit 3 IAL, International Advanced Level Edexcel paper. Right, we talk about the paper, we talk about 3 sections, we talk about, to take on less than 1 hour for me, 1 hour to discussion, I know, but in examination you have to do it properly, take 2 hours, read the paper correctly, right, balance your answers, right, plan your answers before. There are 3 sections. You answer all questions. Use black point ball pen, because you are scanning these papers. When you're marking your paper, it's very easy to mark with black pen because it's properly then scanned. Sometimes you write in pencil or some other pen. Sometimes we can't see your answers when you're marking. Really important. Guys, taken this important principle. So I hope this video will be more important. Will be you enjoy this video, and then please share with your other friends, and you can get maximum and put some comment to encourage me, then I can do more in future. So thank you very much, and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much, and good luck in the examination.